some candy? It's free. Yeah, just come into my van. It's okay, it's safe. What is it that's so creepy about the thought of a man coming up to a child and offering them candy? It's insidious, despicable. The candy, it looks so inviting and delicious, it's so friendly. It's the thought of being deceived, to willingly walk to your doom thinking that it's safe, realizing only at the last second that you're in real bad danger. Don't be that writer that tries to make something scary just by sticking on sharp teeth and big sharp spikes and claws and menacing eyes and a big growl. Do the exact opposite. Make it look absolutely harmless. Make it look inviting. Make it look tempting. Make it look like it's trying to look harmless, inviting, and tempting. Deceive the character, deceive the audience, so that they don't realize they are surrounded by danger until they are right in the center of it. Here's a little story that demonstrates what I'm talking about. There was once a little mouse who lived with his family of mice in the hole in the wall of someone's house. Every day the mouse ran out of the hole into the kitchen because every day the lovely people of the house would leave cheese out for the mouse to feed them. So kind of them. The mouse would carry the cheese home to his family of mice for dinner. One day the mouse went out to get some cheese for dinner but never came back. The mother mouse got worried, and after a few days she told the little mice children to stay home while she went out looking for her husband, and she came across some cheese. This must be the cheese that the humans have left out for us. So kind of them. She and her family hadn't eaten for a few days, so she approached the cheese, reached out and grabbed it. She lifted the cheese and hears a creak above her. She freezes. There was a bite taken out of that piece of cheese. A mouse-sized bite. It was her husband that had bitten into the same cheese. She slowly looked up, and there was a bar above her, creaking, ready to snap. One wrong move and the mousetrap would snap down, and she would never return home. What does she do? How does she get out of this? Does she put the cheese down? Does she stay where she is? What's going to trigger the trap? Does she let go and run, hoping that she'll get out before the trap slams down and snatches her? How do you think a fly feels when it looks at a Venus flytrap? It doesn't realise how dangerous it is until it's landed on the Venus flytrap in the open mouth, and it looks across and sees another fly being slowly digested in one of its mouths of the Venus flytrap. It sees its friend eaten by one. The fly looks around, in every mouth that has been closed there is a fly that will never see the light of day again, slowly digesting alive. It's only when they realise that they are in the middle of a trap that they realise, oh crap. It's a sudden oh crap moment. The fly looks down and it's on the mouth. What's it going to do to make it close? Can I get out? You just freeze. Even if I get out alive, they will be forever paranoid. Every time that mouse sees a block of cheese, the mouse will think of what horrors might be waiting for her if she reached out to take the cheese to feed her family. The sinister deception. The humans would take cheese and put it out and make it look so inviting and lovely, as if it's a kind thing that they're doing. But the sinister, horrific motives behind it. Even if there's no trap, it's that question, what if? What if there is insidious deception behind such a harmless, inviting piece of cheese? What if it's a trap? And the characters, whatever characters you're writing, what if I go down that corridor and it's a trap? What if I do this and it's a trap? What if this time I don't get so lucky? We create fear, the horror in something that looks inviting and harmless, but behind it is a sinister and evil motive to hurt you. It's creepy because it's the same as a man coming up to a child and inviting the child into his van, tempting the child with candy, putting on a fake smile to deceive the child. To a child, it looks so harmless. A young man giving out candy, oh, lovely, that's nice, it's Halloween early. And it's that creepy, insidious feeling behind it when you realise that you've been deceived when you're in the belly of the beast. And you don't tell them about the danger until they are right in the middle of it, completely surrounded, and only then they realise. And it's that oh crap moment that it's so terrifying. Oh crap, I'm in trouble. And it's so sinister to realise that you were deceived by something so insidious that looked so harmless. What if some other lovely things in my life? What if other people have hidden motives? That's what the other characters are going to be thinking. The audience are going to be thinking, who else is out to get them? And it's that paranoia that we're trying to instill in the audience. After the oh crap moment, the paranoia is what follows. Now, it doesn't have to be a trap. It doesn't have to be danger luring them into a false sense of safety. So long as whatever the danger that they are in, they don't realise it until they are at the maximum level of danger. Here's a little writing exercise for you if you want to practice this sort of thing. See if you come up with any ideas. It always comes out better the second time, so practice the first time and then put it in your story the second time. Right? That's why I do these little exercises. It was a stormy night. The waves were crashing, the wind was howling, the ship had struck a rock and had sunk. Derek took a lifeboat and washed up onto an island. He was the only survivor. This was an endless storm that will rage on for 100 years, say the legends. The only safety he could find was at the centre of the island amongst the trees to take shelter from the endless, raging storm. Derek didn't realise that something else lived on the island. I want you to write Derek making his way into the centre of the island, feeling safe, and realising only when he's found safety and shelter and comfort from the storm and has dried off from the storm, he realises he is in the most danger he has ever been. And he'd be lucky to get out alive. I'm Joe Webb, a storyteller. Learn to write fiction properly. See you next time.